The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf.
We're going to have 2 rigs. We're going to push it from start of June all the way to the end of August and drill as many meters as we can, pushing well beyond the initial 5,000 we originally said we were going to do.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Jon Bey. He is the CEO of Standard Uranium. And Jon, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing well, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. So the company out with news today, and there's 2 parts of the news, and they both relate to each other. So let's begin with the first part, and that is you're going to the market to raise about $4 million in order to aid the second part of the news. But first, let's talk about the offering.
Yeah, so it's $4 million raised, and it's all going towards Davidson River. We've been, talking to our shareholders. I've been marketing for the past few months on the road, listening to what our investors want to hear, and they want us to really go hard on Davidson River. So with that in mind, we've agreed to do a financing, bring in more cash, and really increase the size of this drill program at Davidson River this summer.
Yeah, so let's talk about that because what you had told us previously about what you're looking at was pretty good, and now it's going to increase as well. So you want to hit all the targets that you had hoped and more?
Well, when you run a drill program, one of the bigger costs is getting all the drills to site and then taking them all down. Once they're there, if you can continue to add funds to make the program bigger, it's really wise to do so if you can really stretch that capital. So that's what we want to do. We're going to have 2 rigs. We're going to push it from start of June all the way to the end of August and drill as many meters as we can, pushing well beyond the initial 5,000 we originally said we were going to do.
So obviously Davidson River is your flagship project. You've got Warrior, Bronco, Thunderbird, all ones that you want to look at. And this is all set up by some previous work that you had done to get you to this point, right, Jon?
Yeah, exactly. I believe you've had Sean Hilliker on here talking to you about that before. Ideally, look, we've got some fantastic targets. It's been 4 years we've been working on these targets. It's a combination of using some AI data, comparing that to projects that are drilled in that same region next door to us, and then also using some new geophysics we picked up in 2025 from a group called Fleet Space that really allowed us to peel back the overburden and get proper gravity on these targets. Now with the proper gravity, the conductors, and the AI data, we've got some phenomenal drill targets, and we want to drill as many of them as we can this summer.
I know that, Jon, you've had success with your partner projects that you have, but you've always talked about the importance of Davidson River to the company itself. And just to finally get back on there after quite an absence, and again with this enlarged drill program as well, sounds like this is a really pivotal point for this project and the company.
Yeah, it definitely is, Steve. We've been trying to get back to Davidson River for several years now, and the big thing holding us back was we wanted to make sure we had really good targets before we went back and spent money on there. Now that we have the gravity, it really opens up those targets for us, and our shareholders have been begging us to get back to Davidson River since we started this company. We built this company around the Davidson River Project, and we can't wait to get back there and drill it once again. This is the company maker. If we hit on Davidson River, the company's a re-rate, and we will be off to the races drilling this for until we take it up to at least a resource stage.
Okay. And lastly, just on uranium itself, I know you've been on the road quite a bit. And you've been talking to a lot of people. Talk to me a bit about uranium and that space right now and what you're seeing there.
Well, I can tell you in the last few years, the market has really changed. People now understand what uranium is and what it's used for. The questions I'm having in these meetings is, tell us more about specifics, what's happening in the market, what's happening with Standard, what's happening in the macro scene compared to before we'd be out, people be asking, what is uranium and why do people need it and what's the purpose of it? So the investor knowledge base has really gone up, and we're seeing, some serious geopolitical things happening around the world that just makes a supply-demand market for more uranium needed down the road it's just huge. So I don't want to get into all those details today, Steve, but I can say the demand for uranium is going to be strong for decades to come. And we want to be one of those companies that makes a discovery and advances a project to a mine in Saskatchewan, one of the greatest places on earth for high-grade uranium.
All right, we'll leave it there. It's going to be exciting times at Davidson River. Look forward to following it as it develops. And Jon, good luck with the capital raise as well, $4 million.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. And watch for news coming out of the next week when we actually get those drills spinning. News should be out the first week of June.
All right, look forward to that. Jon Bey, the CEO of Standard Uranium.
The featured company is a paid client of Proactive Group Holdings, and this recording is disseminated by Proactive on its behalf. It is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, an offer, or a solicitation to buy or sell any securities. Viewers should conduct their own research and consult a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Proactive Group Holdings, trading as Proactive Investors, or its affiliates. No responsibility is accepted for any loss arising from reliance on the information presented.